Hi, today we're looking at just a few of the fantastic new features in our new release Liberty version 5, build 8, patches 45 and 46. All of these releases add some great new features and improvements on our existing offering. Today we're going to look at our new RSS feature, accessibility updates, a new borrower card for Liberty Link, and other great feature enhancements. If you'd like more detailed information about this or any of our other releases, they're found in the help menu. Okay, let's check it out. Before we get stuck in, I just wanted to let you know that our previous release, Build 8, Patch 44, has its release notes up in our help guides. This release contained mostly minor bug fixes. Okay, on to our release. Let's kick things off with a new feature we've added to our serials module. In our Liberty version 5, Build 8, Patch 45, we added a new feature to our serials. With this update, you're now able to automatically catalogue items within RSS feeds. This is pretty cool. RSS stands for Straightforward Syndication, or, depending on who you ask, Rich Site Summary. At its heart, RSS refers to simple text files with necessary updated information, news pieces, articles, that sort of thing. RSS feeds remain great for an in-depth look at a site's new content. So you can now catalogue an RSS feed in Liberty. Amazing. This improvement sits within serials, and once you've set it up, you'll be able to automatically generate issues based on the RSS feed you link to. So this could be articles, podcasts, blog posts, and more. I'm very excited about this feature. Imagine the rich, ever-changing content you could deliver to your users via your catalogue. Okay, let's have a look at the setup. Now, before you get started, it's good to have something in mind that you'd like to access the RSS feed for. It could be a podcast, blog, or news site. I've chosen two for today. The first one is my NASA podcast. I'm going to choose one from here. And the next one is the American Association of Law Libraries. It's their bi-monthly member magazine called Spectrum. And I'm able to add that as an RSS feed through this link here. Back to the management area in Liberty, let's head over to Serials and then the home screen. On this home screen, we're going to add a new serial resource. Now, to keep it simple, all you need to do is add a title in. So I'll do that now. I'll just call this my NASA podcast. Now, for the purposes of this example, the title is plenty. You can always come back later and complete the rest of the details in this resource details area. Click on Save, and you'll notice that I've jumped straight over to our serials wizard. You can see that there's a new prompt offering the chance to add an RSS feed. This gives you the chance to either add a component or an RSS feed. I'm going to add in the feed. Click on the link and you can see that we've got room for a URL. I'll head back to my NASA podcast page and I'll find a link to an RSS feed. Now these are links that look like this. If you right-click on the link, you're able to copy the link address and head back over to our management area. Paste the URL in, and that's all we need. If I'd like this to be added to any of the interest groups, I can choose them from this list here. You can see it will default to serials as the interest group, but feel free to add any others. I can then nominate a grouping frequency. Now, the grouping frequency will dictate how the RSS feed appears in your OPAC. This will group the feed by either week, month, or year. I'm going to choose month. Choose a grouping prefix. This is a name that will help borrowers with a description, something like podcast, blog, or article. Let's add podcast. Click Save, and now we're done. Now, usually this would update during the regular housekeeping process, but if you give me a minute, I'm going to update it using the housekeeping feature now, and I'll come straight back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see how it would look. Here's the podcast that we added, and you can see under holdings, you've got the episodes listed as issues. The first time this runs, 10 or so will import. Then going forward, when a new podcast or episode is added, it will automatically be catalogued as per your grouping frequency. All the relevant details are held here. Let's have a look. So you can see here, the relevant details are pulled across based on the metadata that sits within the RSS feed. It's just like any other serial issue. You're also able to search in the OPAC for a specific episode or article. Let's head over to the OPAC and search for a soft link blog where we talked about our guest presenter, Marshall Breeding. I'll do my search, and then if I click on View Issue, I'm able to see the actual blog here and link straight through to it. And here's the link to the blog article that was in my OPAC. Shall we do another one? Let's add in my AALL magazine spectrum. So let's head back to serials and over to the home. Click on Add New Serial Resource, and the title of it will be AALL Spectrum. Click on Save. And again, we've got our wizard here asking us to add a component or an RSS feed. I'll add the RSS feed, head over to my website, right-click on my RSS link, back to the management area of Liberty and add the URL there. I'd also like to add this to the legal interest group. The grouping frequency for this is going to be monthly. And the grouping prefix, let's make it magazine. Click on Save. And I've got my serial details held here and my RSS feed details listed on the screen. Let me disappear for 1 minute. I'll run housekeeping and I'll show you what the holdings look like. All right, I'm back. I've run my housekeeping feature and you can see here under holdings, I've got my received issues for my magazine. This will take me straight to the web address for any of the issues that I'm looking to view. So let's see how that would look. And you can see here, I'm able to view this magazine as a flipbook. So there you have it. That's our new RSS feature in Liberty. I can think of quite a few ways this feature will add some extra sparkle to your OPAC. Now in our Liberty version 5 build 8 patch 46 release, we introduced a number of accessibility fixes for client visibility. We've worked on improvements such as easier discovery and navigation to key areas of a page for people who use screen readers, improving the experience with keyboard navigation, and providing updates to Liberty to accommodate screen readers. Some of the changes we're excited to deliver include more coherent speech from the screen reader and the ability to navigate straight to results from an OPAC search. We're very excited to deliver these improvements. We even wrote a blog about it. Check it out on our blog page. Watch this space as we keep working hard on making Liberty even more accessible. Now, on to some other updates from this release. Well, let's head over to the management side of Liberty and we'll check out some other updates for this release. In our cataloging module, we've added about 20 new icons that can be selected for use for GMDs or bibliographic types. These new icons look like this. By default, the icons used in the system are unchanged, but if you'd like, new icons can be manually selected. Let's change one now so we can see how easy it is. Over to Cataloging and then BibTypes. Let's choose this one here, Monograph. You can see the image associated with monographs in the system currently looks like this. Let's change it to one of our new icon options. Let's click Choose, and we can search through our icons by using the arrows or by heading straight to the letter of the icon we're after. I'm going to update monographs in the system to be this one. You can now see that this icon will now replace all of the represented icons for BibTypes as a monograph in the system to this image. There's some great ones to choose from. Make sure you have a look next time. Our email reports have had an update. For customers who have HTML emails enabled on their systems, we've got some extra fields now available for the resource list email report. Before we get stuck in to see what's new, let me show you how we would get this report. We can generate this report here through Cataloging and then Resources. Let's do a search here for coffee. I can see the resources I've got listed here. When these are displayed, I will select them all, and then here under Resources, I'm going to send this to my borrower using this option, Email Resources. In this pop-up, I'll nominate the borrower's name, and I'll also give this email a subject or a heading. I can also add in a few extra sentences to personalise this email if I like. Otherwise, I'm happy with it. I can just click Send. I've got an example here to show you what I mean. Here's a typical email that has been sent out with a list of resources. You can see the fields that we're showing in the email here. They include title, author, classification, just a couple. If you'd like though, now through System and then Reports, let's head over there now, System, Reports, up here in our print reports, if we open email reports and then edit this first one, resource list email, you can see for this email report, the existing display fields are listed here. In this feature update, we've added options for more display fields to be listed in the report you send through to your borrowers. Scrolling down here to the area named Display Fields, you can see that there's an expanded list that can be edited to include any of the following, such as source, file, attachments, contents page, URLs, and more. Let's add in URL, click on the plus, and then let's also add in related URLs. Click on the plus to add it. Don't forget, you can edit the order that the display fields appear in your borrower's email. For example, if I wanted to move this URL field further up, I can do that here. Click on Save, and you see now that in the email report my borrowers will receive, the following fields will be displayed. Here's one I added where I put in lots of display fields so you can see the difference. You can see in the resources that I've sent through to a borrower, I've got plenty of fields available for viewing. I've got descriptions of the item, the title, and then one of these down here even has the abstract. This is a great way to send extra information about your resources through to your borrowers. The thing I like best here is the ability for them to click straight through to the resource from the email. Very quick and handy. The next feature update I wanted to show you sits over on our OPAC. Let's head over. It's now possible to display a logo image near the search bar on the home page, like this one here. This logo can be configured using parameter 4239. Let's head back to our management area and have a look. Over to management and then parameters, I'll search for 4239. It's down in the list here and I'm going to choose it to edit it. Now before I change this, let me just remind you that when added or updated, the image will appear over in the top left corner of the search field background image. It's recommended that you use an image with a width of 250 pixels and a height lower than 240 pixels. Let's change the image by clicking Edit and then choosing a new image here. I'm going to pop this one in and then click on Save. Now if I head back to the OPAC and I refresh the OPAC, you'll see the new image here. Now just bear in mind, enabling this feature requires the alternate homepage view parameter 4230 to be enabled. Our mobile app, Liberty Link, has also had an update. The latest version, 1.0.7, includes a new My Borrower card. This card shows the borrower's library name, barcode, and alias. This update to Liberty Link also included some minor bug fixes. Access to this latest version of our mobile app is only possible after you've updated to Liberty version 5, build 8, patch 46. The full release notes for this Liberty Link update can be found in the Help menu. Well, there you have it. There's plenty of updates, changes, and enhancements in these releases. We're always looking for ways to improve Liberty. As always, our support team is ready to help if you need it. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching our latest release video. I hope you find it useful. Until next time, goodbye.